up to round 7 in the Premier League, and this is the final round of fixtures before yet another international break. And as usual, we'll be giving our predictions ahead of the latest game week. Myself and Victor will be giving some of the best tips and selections to go with for all the weekend's action. And Victor, without wasting much time, what selections do you have for the straight win picks?
I'm looking at Arsenal versus West Ham. Arsenal to win. 1.25. It's not huge value, but I feel like it's a good safety net on an ACA. And I don't think it needs much explaining. There's the golfing class, there's the form, there's the suspension of Thomas Soucek. He's one of West Ham's main men. I just don't see the Hammers coming away with anything from the Emirates. I think that new manager bounce will get a postponement for a bit. Next up, Newcastle versus Forest. Newcastle to win at 170. I know it's red flag territory around 170 for the hosts. I usually stay away, but I have a good feeling about this one, and here's why. We're recording this before Forest played their Europa League game, but the way Newcastle dismantled Royal Union, plus the extra day of rest they get, I think are compelling arguments. Besides, Forest, they're not used to this rhythm. European hangover will hit them like a ton of bricks this season a couple of times, and I think this will be one of those times. And my third pick for outrights, I'm going with Brighton to beat Wolves. This one, it's at 205. To me, that's shockingly long. Brighton are in decent form. Wolves, yes, they finally have a point after drawing against Spurs last time out, but this is a different proposition. And I really don't know what Brighton need to do extra to be taken seriously by everyone and by the bookies. They already beat Chelsea and Man City this season, and yet they're priced at over 2 to beat bottom of the table Wolves. I would say grab it while it lasts.
Yeah, fair point. I was just gonna say the same thing because I have Brighton v Wolves in my selections as well. I was pretty stunned when I saw those odds as well. Like I'm backing Brighton all the way to
Yeah.
go out for the win in that one. My second pick is Brentford v City. It's also, I mean, close to stay away territory because City are priced at 1.69. But then I think City have enough quality at the moment to just see off Brentford. Yes, we know Brentford at home can be difficult, and maybe the bookies are banking on the fact that Brentford beat a certain Manchester club, and they'll be high on confidence in this one. But I think City will just go all out and win regardless. And my third selection is obviously the Arsenal v West Ham, but I'm saying West Ham are leading the game at the start, but Arsenal will still win. West Ham are leading by a goal, but Arsenal will still go on to win the game, meaning Arsenal will win by at least 2 goals against West Ham. Yeah, so I think those are my straight win selections for round 7. Moving on, what are your best over 2.5 or under picks?
Uh, for goal markets, I only have two picks this time around because I struggled a bit to find the right value here, and that's why I only limited myself to two. It's Chelsea v Liverpool, 2.5 plus at 164. I think with the state of those defenses, there's no way we're seeing fewer than 3 goals at Stamford Bridge, especially if Soboslai decides to go all inflatable tube man again. The other one is Brentford v City over 2.5. It's also 1.64. And I think both sides are open enough at the back and potent enough going forward for this to land comfortably. Um, Brentford, even though they've lost their main attacking threats over the summer, they still scored 8 in their last 5 games in all competitions. As for the Prem alone, after 6 match days, Brentford have scored 9 and let 11 in. As for City, they scored 14 and let 6 in. So 2.5 plus should land here, no sweat.
Hmm. Yeah, fair point. And for me, I'm also going with Chelsea Liverpool because I expect that game to I expect that game to just bring some chaos all over at both ends. I'm also going with Arsenal West Ham because I think Arsenal are going to try their best to score as much as they can because goal difference will probably be important in this season's Premier League. And my third pick is United with Sunderland. I mean, I know we'll talk more about this in our analysis video, but I think one of two things will happen in that game. Either United will go all out on them or the opposite is going to happen. One of both will happen regardless. And I think it's going to bring a lot of goals. So those are my open market selections. Then moving on, what are your best player to score tips?
I'm going with Haaland against Brentford. He's priced at 180. I think that's a bit long given his form, and I feel like it's gotten to the point where you simply cannot leave this line off your slips, regardless who they're playing at the moment. He's just in ridiculous form, and we've got to keep going back to this well until it runs dry. I don't think it will this weekend. My second goal scorer pick is Everton v Crystal Palace in DIA to find the net for Everton. It's priced at 4. And I think this for Palace, it's likely going to be another case of that European hangover. Palace, they've never played in Europe before, and now they're coming off the back of a pretty long away day in Poland, where Dynamo Kiev are playing their home games. I think Ndiaye is as likely to score as anyone for Everton in this game, but I'm going with him and not Beto or Barry because he has been quite clinical in the Prem this season. And my third pick is Gyökeres against West Ham at 183. I'm sure you like that. It strikes me as a bit of a mini Haaland at the moment, Gyökeres. He rather shows up against the lesser sides. You know, like look what he did the Leeds. He's probably still daydreaming about that game, which it's not ideal for a big signing like him. But let's face it, West Ham are there for the taking. If he doesn't score now, some serious questions need to be asked.
Yeah, fair point. Because I was gonna say the same thing. Like, ignore the jersey I'm wearing, but I'm going with Gyökeres once again this week because he's not going to get a better team to play against right now than West Ham. If he can't score against West Ham, then just like you said, questions need to be asked because Arsenal will definitely create chances against West Ham, and yeah,
Yeah.
there will be a good opportunity for him. And I'm also going with Semenyo against Fulham. Semenyo has also been on a decent run as well, and Fulham are just something of a yo-yo club at the moment, and I think Semenyo would fancy his chances. And of course, I'm going with Haaland. Like these are the kind of fixtures he likes to score against. Teams with shaky defenses where you can just get in behind, or and just get a goal. And I'm also going with Everton Palace, but I'm going with Mateta instead. It's a tricky
Mm,
one, just like you mentioned, Victor, because of the European hangover, and the Palace are not blessed with depth enough to rotate. So most of their starters in midweek will probably still start
yeah.
on Sunday, but then I'm still backing Mateta to find the net regardless, somehow, some way. And moving on, Victor, do you have any same game selections?
Yeah, I do have a short ACA two-liner for Chelsea v Liverpool.
Mhm.
First of all, I've got BTTS at around 148, and I've got over 4.5 cards, 182. Overall odds is around 270. Given how both sides are playing at the moment, just like what you said, I think chaos will reign supreme again. Goals cards, you can probably add a red card into the mix there, but I'm playing it a bit safer, just going with cards in general.
Fair enough. And just on a final note with you, Victor, any bold opportunity that you're looking at?
Yeah, I've got two of them, and Max is probably going to hate me for one of them. So the first one's Wolves versus Brighton. I'm going with over 1.5 goals for Brighton. It's at 190. It seems a bit long for me. It's against Wolves. It's Brighton who are playing well. They've played 8 games in all competitions this season and scored twice or more on 5 occasions. And that was against some much tougher opposition than, with all due respect, this absolutely doomed Wolves side. And the other bold pick is Sunderland to beat Man United. Okay, it's at 650. Okay, it's at 650. I'm not saying people should go for it. I'm saying it's there. You know, the option is there. I think the organization and composure that Sunderland are showing will be very tough for United to break and to cope with. If you are more reasonable than I am, you could go with double chance, draw, or Sunderland win. That's around 270. Uh, I will be picking Sunderland outright, though. I'm going balls to the wall with this one. It's just too good to pass up.
It's funny because I had something similar in mind, but my first one was Sunderland to score 2 goals against
Right.
Manchester United. Sunderland to score 2 goals. Maybe they might not win, but Sunderland to score 2 goals against this United defense, I'll take my chances in that one.
I
And
mean, Burnley did it, so
exactly, exactly, I'll take my chances in that one. And for Wolves v Brighton, I'm also backing Brighton to score 2 goals. I don't know why it's priced that high to start with. I'm backing Brighton to score at least 2 goals. And Chelsea v Liverpool, actually, it's actually tough because despite what the odds are saying, I think there's a chance. There's a chance if Chelsea can avoid a red card, maybe there's a chance they can win. Just maybe there's a chance they can win. I won't go for this personally, but there's a bold opportunity in there to be looked at if you fancy Chelsea well enough. But yeah, those are our selections ahead of round seven. Just like we always say, do your due diligence because games are getting more difficult to predict these days in the Premier League. So always do your due diligence and make sure you decide on which of our selections you would like to go with. And as usual, we'll be waiting for you to hear in the comments if you have anything to eat us up with. And make sure you stay tuned to our channel so you don't miss out on our analysis for the next round of fixtures.